Hi everyone and welcome back to the Java class. In today's session, we will learn how to solve a problem statement in Java programming language. So here is a problem statement that is a library book and author management. Inside a library, we can have multiple books. So library can be a collection of multiple books and each book can have multiple authors. The book can have a single author or it can have multiple authors. So what is the problem statement? And let us see how to solve it. You need to create a class author that contains the author information like author ID, name, and biography. You will create a separate class that is a class book that contains the book information like the ISBN number of a book and the title of a book. And you know very well, a book can have a single author or it can have a multiple authors. So the book class contains an array of author objects. And if an object is defined inside a different class, that concept is known as a composition. So you will use a composition concept also. So next class is a library class. So the library class will manage all the books. So it will contains an array of book objects. As I already told you, means library can contains multiple books. So it will have multiple books in the form of array of book objects. It provides methods to add books. Means inside our library, we can add books. We can find books by their ISBN number, or we can display all the books of the library. You need to create a main function in order to demonstrate all these operations. So how to solve this problem statement? So the skill required to solve this problem, you must know about it: the classes, object, the constructors, the composition, an array of objects, and encapsulation. So we will use all these skills in order to solve this problem statement. So let us solve this problem statement. Okay, so in order to save time, I have created a package, a library that contains the class author, that contains the author information, the class book that contains the book information, library that contain a collection of books, and this is a library management system. So here you can see that this is a main method. This is a class that contains the main method that will derive all the functionality from here. So let us see, this is a author class. So this is a author class. You can see inside this author class, we have information of an author like author ID, name, and biography as per or according to the problem statement. You can see the author class has the following attribute. So let us complete this class. So this is the author class. You can see we have created a book class that contains a ISBN and title, or inside it, you can create an array of authors. So I will create here array of authors, author, and here you can create authors. So a book can have a single author or it can have a multiple authors. So in order to assign multiple authors corresponding to a book, we have created an array of authors. So this concept is known as the composition. So using or creating an object or using an object inside a different class is known as the composition. Means the book can have or it has multiple authors or it can have authors, right? So this is the attribute we have added here. So I can add one more variable inside it in order to count number of authors for a particular book. So I will use a author count. So this is a variable which help us to count the number of authors for a particular book, right? So this is a book class. So I have created a library class that will contains or it can contain a collection of libraries. So how will you create multiple books inside a library? So here we will create an object of a book class. So here you can contain multiple books. So this object I have created, or in the similar way, I will create a variable in order to count the book. So I will use a book count variable, right? So this variable I have used in order to count how many books we have inside our library. So this is a library class. This is a book class, right? So this is a composition we are using, right? And this is a author class, right? And this is a main driver class, right? So let us solve this problem. So let us start from our author class. Let us complete it. So here the author class has the author information like author ID, name, and biography. So I will complete this class and how to set the attribute of an author. So you will go to the source. You can add a constructor using all these fields. So I will use a constructor. So this constructor will help us to set the author information. Now, how to read this private data, because this data is private inside the class. This is not available outside the class. So how to make it available, and you need to provide a read properties for it. So you will use the encapsulation technique for it, means you will provide the getter method for it. So you will go to the source, and here you will select generate getters and setter method. So from this window, you can generate the get author ID, get biography, and get name, and click on generate. So here, these are the getter methods. So this is known as the encapsulation. Means your data is protected, that is private inside the class, and only using these public methods you can read this data. No one will be able to just update this value from the outside. So how to display this information? So in order to display this information, you can override a toString function. We will go to the source and generate toString. With all these fields, click on generate. So this is our toString function which will display the information of author like author ID, name, and biography. So this book is completed. So this is an independent class that can help us to maintain the author information. So this is author class is completed. Now you will come to the library management system, or inside this you can create a multiple authors. So how will you create a multiple authors? Simply you will create an object of author. Author 1 is equal new author, right? So here you can provide the author ID, for example, 101. You can provide a author name. So you can write any name like author name is Amit. Author biography you can provide. So you can write a simple statement, biography of Amit, right? So I'm writing a simple sentence, biography of Amit. In the similar way, you can create multiple authors. So I am creating one more author here. That is author 1, author 2. Or here you can write a Sumit. This is the author 2, or you can change the name. This is the way how to create authors. Now, if you would like to display this data, so you can simply write author 1. So let us run this program and you will see what is the output of it. So yes. So here you can see this is the author information. This author we have created, or in the similar way, you can just display the second author information. So this is author 2, right? So let us run it. It will display all the authors. So simply you are passing this object in a system.out.println author 1. So it will call this toString function of the author class, and it will display the information. So this author we have created, right? So what is the next? Next is you need to create a book class that contains attribute like ISBN, title, and array of author objects. So let us move to the book class. So what is the book class? Here is we have a book. So this book class contains the information of a particular book. So, and you know very well, a book can have a multiple authors. So let us write the code of this book. So in order to set the book information, you need to add a constructor. So you will add generate constructor using field, and you can generate it. So this is a constructor for a book. So here we are setting ISBN number or title, and this author, because the book can contain multiple authors, so we need to set how many authors you want. So I'm just removing this right now. It is not required. I will create an array of authors here. So here you will write this dot authors is equal new authors. Or here, for example, I am just limiting the size of a author means each book max contain 5 authors. So here this is the book you are using here. Assuming I am assuming max 5 author, maximum 5 authors per book, right? 5 authors per book, right? Okay, so this is a constructor which help us to set the book information, and I can set the author count is initially 0, means initially for a particular book there is no author, and there may be maximum 5 author per book. So this is a way how to create a book. Now you can add a function in order to just add a author. So I will add a function public void, because I need to add a author inside a book. So book class will have a function that is a add author. So I will use a add author. So here I will add a author, right? So this is a function which will add author for a particular book, and I will add a function that is which will display the book information. So in order to display book information, you can add or you can override a toString function, or you can simply create a user-defined function. So I will show you the user-defined function, how to add it. Display book info. I am adding a function display book info. Inside it, you can display that is ISBN number. So I can write here ISBN you can display, or in the similar way, you can display the title of a book. You can write a title of a book, or what can you display? You can display the number of authors, how many authors we have. So how many authors we have? So you can create how many authors. So I will use system.out.println how many authors you can display. So we can have multiple authors. So in order to display multiple authors, I am using a for loop. I is equal 0, I less than, that is authors dot length. So here you can use a author count. So I don't know how many authors we have. So simple, you can use a variable author count that is counting the number of authors, or inside it, you can display the author. So this is a way how will you display the authors. So here you will display the authors by the particular author it will display. So this is a function which is used to display the book information. Now this is a function which will add author inside the book, right? So let us come to the main class now. So this is our main class now, library management system. So we have created 2 authors. Now we can just create books, right? So how to create books? Simply you will create book 1 is equal new book, right? So here the book ISBN number you can provide, for example, 1111, and here the title of the book is, for example, Java programming, right? So this is a title for the book, Java programming. In the similar way, now this book is created. We can assign author to this book. So how will you assign the author to this book, right? So simply you have created book 1. So inside it, you can write book 1 dot add author. So you can add 2 authors, you can add 1 author, that is your choice. So I will write book 1 dot add author, that is author 2. So book 1 dot add author. So I would like to assign 2 authors for a particular book. You can assign 3, you can assign 4, max you can assign 5, right? Max you can assign 5. So book 1 dot add author means author 1 you have assigned. So after assigning this author, you need to complete the definition of this add author function inside a book class. So you will open the book class now, right? And you can see we have added a function that is add author in order to add author for a particular book. So how to complete this definition? So here, first we will check how many authors we have. So if you will use here if else statement, if author count, right? You need to check the if author count is less than the authors dot length, because the author's length means total authors for a book maybe 5. So you need to check this count must be less than with this array size, right? If this is available, this is a safe condition. What will you do? You will add the authors for a particular book. So you will add authors, that is author count plus plus is equal author. So that author will be assigned. Else you will display a message. And what will be the message? The message will be book author limit range. So here we'll write book author limit reached, right? So this is a function that will help us to add a author for a particular book, right? So what we have done in the book class, these are the attribute. This is a constructor. This is a add function. And this is a function which is used to display the book information. So this is a book class we have done. So let us come back to the library management system. Here we have created one book and we have assigned two author for it. In the similar way, you can create multiple book. Book 2 is equal new book, right? So here you can add a second book. For example, the SSN number is 2222, and here the name you can write a C++ programming, right? So here we are creating one more book. In the similar way, for book 2, you can add authors. So that is your choice, how many authors you want to keep inside this. So I want one author for this. In the similar way, you can create multiple book, right? Book 3 is equal new book. You can assign like ISN number is 3333 and book name is a Python, right? So, and for book 3, you can add multiple authors, right? So for example, right now you are adding author number 2. So these are the way, so I will remove it. Now, how will you display the book information? Displaying book information. So what will you do, right? So simply you will call how to display book information. Simply you will call, for example, book 1 you would like to display book 1 dot display book info, right? So I will remove it. Now it is not required. Okay, let me just make it more readable. Now let us run this program and you will see what is the output of it. Right click on it, run as Java application. So here guys, you can see this is your book ISBN number, title is Java, and we have two authors for it. Or if you would like to display the information for the different book, you can use book2.display information and you can run it and you can see what is the output of it. This is a second book and this is the information of it. Okay. So guys, what we have done, we have created a author as a separate class that will, this is a separate class, right? They will not affect each other. Multiple authors you can add. This is an independent class to manage the authors. This is a book we have created. This book class has book information and you can add multiple authors for a particular book. Or this is a main class that is a driver class where you are creating authors, adding author to a particular book and displaying the book information. So next is the library class that will maintain the multiple books. So guys, this library class I will complete in the next session. So right now This is for this session. In the next session, I will show you how to add different books inside a particular library. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.